Hi kindergarten! Today we're going to be reading this book. Before we begin, I would like you all to take a look at the cover of this book. And by looking at just the cover, what can you predict this book will be about? Predict means to guess what this book will be about. So on this front page, we see a big flower, a stem, and some leaves. So we can guess that this book will be about a flower. Now, I'm going to read you the title of this book. The title of this book is The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. So, from the title of this book, we can understand that this book will be about a seed, and the seed will probably become this flower, this big flower. Now, the author of this book is Eric Carle. There's only one name, because one person, which is Eric Carle, he wrote and drew the pictures in this book. He is the author and illustrator in this book. Okay, let's begin. Okay. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? The first sentence on this page says it is autumn. What is another name for autumn? Autumn is a season. Another name for autumn is fall. Now, fall and autumn is the season where the leaves fall off of the trees. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seeds cannot grow. Why can't the seeds grow on the icy mountain? That's right, because the ice doesn't melt. And in order for the seeds to grow, the seeds need water. And if the ice is not melting into water, then it's not going to help the seeds and the seeds won't grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. Why do you think the seed drowned and cannot grow in the water? Doesn't a seed need water in order for it to grow into a plant? That's right, because not only does the seed need water, the seed also needs soil and sunlight. It needs the sun. So just by putting it in water, it won't grow. One seed drifts down into the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seeds cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Now, why couldn't that seed grow in the desert? Why do you think it cannot grow? That's right, because the desert is really hot and dry. And because it's hot and dry and there is no rain, the seed cannot grow. The seed needs rain or water in order for it to grow. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still and the mouse does not see it. So the seed has a chance to grow. There's the mouse. Now, before I start reading this page, take a look at the picture on this page. What does it look like? Finally, it's spring. Good job. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls, the seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore, they are plants. First they send roots down into the earth, then their stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little ones. It is a big fat tweed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally it too starts to grow into a plant. Now in this picture you can see the sunlight, the rain, and here are the seeds with the little roots at the bottom. These are the roots, the seed, the stem, and these are the leaves. And then the flower will grow later on. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore because it's broken. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. Look at that. And remember, this is the little plant from the little seed, so it's really behind. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Looks like someone's picking the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. Why do you think people come from far and near to come look at this flower? That's right, because it's so big. It grew so tall. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Look at that. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Look at that. Look at this beautiful picture. Now it is autumn again. Now remind me what another name for autumn is? Fall, that's right. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away from the wind. The end. And now the whole process will begin again. The seeds will fly and find their place to regrow in the spring. Now, we have a worksheet that looks like this we will send it out. And you can ask mommy or daddy to print this out for you. And it's a fun activity, and I will explain it. On the top, it says name. You're going to write your name. I wrote my name, Morah Adina. It says The Tiny Seed. That's the title of the book. By Eric Carle. That's the author and illustrator of this book. And then it says directions. The directions are, in each box, there is a word. So each word is a season. So this one is fall and autumn. This is winter. This is spring, and this is summer. So in each of these, you will draw what happens to a seed throughout the seasons.